Caps Talk Tuesday, November 14th. Let's get right into it. Coaches Corner with Carberry. Nothing to really report yesterday. Your typical mumbo-jumbo interview, questions and answers. Today, a little bit of an interesting one, though. He was asked about Phillips' play, and he just straight up acknowledged and said, yeah, his play has dipped since the beginning of the season. I'm glad he's acknowledged that. I'm glad he actually sees that as well. I think it's beyond time to kick him out of the lineup, bring in someone else. We have multiple first-round pick talent guys waiting to break out, waiting to get minutes. I think they should just pull the trigger and do it, but he's not going to. He is going to play today still, he said. Interesting choice. He even said he's probably going to get power play time. Very interesting. He didn't specify power play 2 either. He just said power play time. I think he might take over the Oshie spot, which I don't love. Just based off of, why not put a Wilson there, maybe? There's other guys I would like to see there. And at the end of the press conference, he got asked by somebody straight up, is Oshie going to play? And he did say, Oshie will play. I'm assuming the question was asked based off of the Phillips question, and also the way he said, yeah, he'll play. I don't think he's too impressed with how Oshie has played either, which is also good. So looks like maybe a little bit of mix-up there. Maybe Oshie will go a little bit lower in the lineup. Maybe he'll put Phillips up. I don't know, just something to keep a lookout for. It looks like Phillips is going to get a little bit of a higher role as Carberry tries to get him going. McMichael's arrived, dude. McMichael has absolutely arrived in the NHL. He is never playing another game in Hershey again. It's phenomenal to see. I got to eat my words. Public apology. I was down on you for years. You have arrived. You've proven me wrong. You are officially an NHL talent. I don't know what the ceiling on him is going to be. I'm not sure if I could picture him being a first liner still, but I think second liner at this point is almost just a reality of where he's at. He's almost there already, which is crazy. Very impressive. He's been driving the line by himself at center position at 22 years old currently this season, on a bad team too. So very impressive, and it's where he needs to be, right? It is impressive, but it's also just the bare minimum for what we expected out of him. So very good to see he's actually accomplishing that. He had a beauty shorthanded goal the other night, an assist on Protas's goal as well, putting the Caps up 3-1. He's doing everything. He's doing absolutely everything. The good thing about his game that I like and that I'm seeing improve this season compared to last is his speed and his hands. Those two in particular, I think, have really stood out to me this season at being above average in the NHL. I've said for a long time, he doesn't do much above average in the NHL. Now he's starting to, which is phenomenal. His smarts and his IQ were kind of already there. Now that his speed and his hands are getting better, all of that is working together, and he's blossoming. It is phenomenal to see. Ovi's playing better, skating more, creating more off the puck, and that only started once he got that goal against the Islanders. He has been flat-footed most of the season. It's nice that now he's getting going. 4 goals now, and you could really see as soon as he got that Islanders' first goal, he really started pumping it up, creating more, moving more off the puck, which is what he needed to be doing to get going. Typical Ovi fashion, though. He gets going off of a face-off. I also love what I'm seeing out of Shepard. He has been really great coming in relief. I think next season, I do believe Charlie's contract is over this season. This is his last season, I do believe. And if it is, I think Shepard should get promoted to the backup next season. It's just a backup role. You don't need to go out and spend big money. We have Kemper making $5 million, a little bit over, I think. I think we should bring Shepard back. Give him a shot, especially if he continues this the whole regular season. If he plays a couple more games, looks good. Give him a backup role, man. Cheap. I love it. Do it. Now your prospect recap for the weekend. Friday and Saturday, Boston College, Ryan Leonard plays for them. They played a back-to-back against Maine. They won one of those games, and Leonard put up 2 points, 1 assist. Phenomenal. He is playing unbelievable hockey. He's getting better and better as the season goes on. Now 10 points in 10 games for him, 5 goals. Capitals fans out there, Leonard is going to be a beast. This kid has got everything. Look for him to be on the team like literally as soon as next season. I'm not sure what his commitment is to Boston College. I don't know if he's committed next season already. If he is, yeah, he'll take another year. If he's not committed next season, I could see him making the Capitals lineup out of camp next season. He is that good, and he's a well-rounded player too. Like his game, there's no aspect that's lacking. Defensively, he is very, very strong. So because of that, especially the two-way game that he plays and the physical game he plays, he's making the NHL sooner than later. Hershey also played 2 games. They won one of them. Ivan had 1 goal. He's not lighting it up, but that's now 7 points in 13 games. That's decent. Only 3 goals, however. So we would like to see him get going. I haven't been watching too much of Hershey. Tons of hockey being played. I'm not sure exactly why he's not getting more goals. I hope they come, though, and I hope he gets called up at some point this season. Like, we better see him at least a couple games in the season. Like, we have 9 games, I think, before we terminate a year, right? So we better see him in the lineup sooner than later. Now, going into Vegas tonight to play them, not looking good. However, we have been on a run. We are 6-2 in the last 8. Looks pretty good, right? Solid record. When you look into the teams, however, it becomes a lot more not impressive, and you start to see why they're able to do that. Look at this 6-2 run, right? New Jersey, we beat twice. No Jack Hughes. They don't have their top liner. So that makes it a lot easier. The psyche of them, you could argue, has been down. And even after that, every other win, the other 4 wins, have been against teams under 500. Minnesota, San Jose, Columbus, and the Islanders. All of those teams under 500. And all of those teams don't have an overly impressive roster either. Minnesota obviously has some good stars, but the cap they're in is just hell. They don't have a good roster. So I do expect this team to come crashing down to earth eventually. After this Vegas game, we actually do have a pretty decent stretch of games against some weaker teams. So do expect the Capitals to continue to be on a bit of a run here. They've had a pretty easy schedule thus far, for sure.